Hello, dear friend. Welcome to the Voice of Lord Jesus. I am so glad you are here today. Sit back, open your heart, and listen closely, because this message is just for you. Let His words speak directly to your soul and bring comfort, hope, and guidance into your life. My beloved ones, forgiveness and mercy were not side notes in the message of Jesus. They were the heartbeat of everything He spoke, everything He lived, and everything He offered to humanity. When Jesus talked about God, He did not describe a distant ruler waiting for people to fail. He revealed a Father who runs toward the broken, who reaches into the dust of human weakness, and who restores what the world is ready to discard. Forgiveness, in the message of Jesus, is not weakness. It is divine strength wrapped in love. Jesus understood the human heart completely. He knew how deeply people are wounded by betrayal, injustice, and loss. He knew how anger can harden the soul, and how bitterness can quietly poison joy. Yet He still spoke words that challenged every natural instinct. He said to forgive, not once or twice, but again and again, beyond counting. He taught that mercy is not something we earn, but something we receive and then release into the lives of others. When Jesus stood before crowds, He did not separate people into categories of worthy and unworthy. He looked at sinners, tax collectors, outcasts, and the religious elite with the same penetrating compassion. He exposed hypocrisy, yes, but He never crushed a repentant heart. Instead, He lifted people from shame and gave them a new way to live. His forgiveness did not excuse sin, but it healed the sinner. His mercy did not ignore truth, but it fulfilled it. One of the most powerful truths in Jesus' message is that forgiveness begins with God. Humanity does not forgive first and then receive grace. Grace comes first. Mercy moves toward us while we are still struggling, still confused, still imperfect. Jesus showed this by touching lepers, eating with those society rejected, and speaking words of life to those who had already been condemned by others. In every moment, He demonstrated that God's mercy is greater than human failure. Forgiveness, as Jesus taught it, is an invitation to freedom. Holding on to resentment feels justified at first. It feels like protection, but over time, it becomes a prison. Jesus knew that unforgiveness binds the heart, clouds the mind, and separates people from peace. When He said to forgive others as we have been forgiven, He was not placing a burden on humanity. He was offering a key that unlocks healing, a key that releases the soul from chains it was never meant to carry. Mercy, in the message of Jesus, changes how we see people. Instead of viewing others only through the lens of their mistakes, mercy sees their humanity. It sees their pain. It recognizes that every person is fighting battles unseen. Jesus never minimized wrongdoing, but He always maximized love. He understood that transformation happens not through condemnation, but through compassion that calls people higher. When Jesus forgave, He restored dignity. He spoke to people who had been silenced by shame and gave them a voice. He looked at those who believed they were beyond hope and told them their faith had made them whole. His forgiveness did not erase consequences, but it opened the door to redemption. It reminded people that their story was not over, that God was still writing something beautiful from broken pieces. Mercy also defined how Jesus responded to suffering. On the cross, surrounded by cruelty and injustice, He did not respond with hatred. He responded with mercy. Even in pain, even in betrayal, he chose forgiveness. This was not weakness. This was divine authority. In that moment, Jesus showed the world that mercy is stronger than violence, love is stronger than hate, and forgiveness is stronger than death. The message of forgiveness is not easy. Jesus never pretended it would be. Forgiving can feel like reliving the wound. Mercy can feel unfair when the pain is deep. But Jesus never asked people to forgive alone. He offered his presence, his strength, and his spirit to empower what feels impossible. Forgiveness, in his message, is not a human achievement. It is a divine partnership. When mercy flows through a life, it transforms relationships. It breaks cycles of revenge. It softens hardened hearts. It creates space for reconciliation and peace. Jesus envisioned a world where forgiveness would become a testimony of God's love in action. A world where mercy would speak louder than judgment, and grace would rewrite broken stories. The message of Jesus invites every person to receive forgiveness deeply, personally, and fully. Not as a concept, but as a reality that reshapes identity. When people understand they are forgiven, they begin to live differently. They love more freely. They extend mercy more willingly. They walk with humility, knowing they stand by grace alone. Forgiveness and mercy are not just teachings to admire. They are truths to be lived. Jesus did not come merely to inspire. He came to transform. His message calls people to release the weight of the past, to lay down bitterness, and to step into a future marked by grace. In doing so, the soul finds rest, the heart finds peace, and life begins to reflect the glory of God. This is only the beginning of the message. What Jesus revealed about forgiveness goes even deeper, touching the hidden places of the heart, the silent wounds of the soul, and the eternal promise of renewal. What follows will move beyond understanding into experience, beyond knowledge into faith, and beyond belief into a living encounter with mercy that changes everything. As the message continues, forgiveness begins to move from something understood by the mind into something felt by the soul. It becomes less about effort and more about surrender. Jesus did not teach forgiveness as a heavy demand placed on tired hearts. He revealed it as a gentle invitation into rest, a rest that comes when the soul no longer has to defend itself, prove itself, or replay the pain of yesterday. In his presence, forgiveness becomes a quiet release, like exhaling after holding your breath for too long. Mercy deepens when we realize that Jesus sees every hidden wound. He knows the moments that shaped fear, the words that cut deeply, the silence that followed loss. Nothing is invisible to him. And still, his response is not rejection, but compassion. His mercy does not rush. It waits patiently, allowing the heart to open at its own pace. In that patience, healing begins without force, without pressure, without fear. Forgiveness reshapes identity. When a person truly receives mercy, shame begins to lose its voice. The past loosens its grip. What once defined you no longer has authority over you. Jesus speaks a new name over the soul, one rooted not in failure, but in love. And that love is steady. It does not fluctuate with emotion. It does not disappear with doubt. It remains constant and faithful, even when the heart struggles to believe it. As mercy takes root, something quiet but powerful happens. The inner world changes. The heart becomes softer, lighter, more open. Old defenses slowly fall away. Forgiveness creates space for peace to enter, not as a temporary feeling, but as a deep assurance. A knowing that you are held, a knowing that you are safe, a knowing that grace is stronger than anything you have faced. Jesus understood that forgiveness would lead people back to God, not through fear, but through trust. Mercy builds trust. It tells the soul that it can come close without being condemned, that it can be honest without being rejected, that it can rest without being abandoned. This is the kind of relationship Jesus revealed, one where love leads, mercy covers, and grace restores. The message of forgiveness is also a message of renewal. Jesus did not only forgive the past, he opened the future. He spoke life where hope had died. He called people forward, not backward. In his mercy, tomorrow is not shaped by yesterday's pain, but by today's surrender. Forgiveness clears the path so faith can rise, step by step, breath by breath. As faith grows, forgiveness becomes more natural, not because wounds disappear, but because love becomes greater than the pain. Mercy becomes a way of seeing, a way of living, a way of responding. It changes how the heart reacts to offense, how the mind processes hurt, how the soul chooses peace over conflict. This is not forced change. It is transformation from within. Jesus's mercy carries glory within it. Not loud glory, not human applause, but divine glory that fills the heart with quiet strength. Glory that shines through patience. Glory that rests in humility. Glory that reveals God's presence in ordinary moments. Forgiveness becomes worship. Mercy becomes testimony. Love becomes evidence of something eternal at work within the soul. And now, as the message settles deeper, there is an invitation to pause, to breathe slowly, to let the words move beyond sound and into stillness, to allow the heart to rest in the truth that forgiveness is already flowing toward you. You do not have to reach for it. You do not have to earn it. It is here. It has always been here, surrounding you, covering you, holding you. With every breath, the soul becomes more aware of peace. With every moment of stillness, faith grows stronger. The heart begins to trust what it once feared to believe. That mercy is real. That forgiveness is complete. That love is present now, not waiting for perfection, not delayed by weakness. In this quiet awareness, faith rises naturally, not forced, not rushed, just steady and sure. You begin to sense that you are not alone, that you never have been, that the same Jesus who spoke forgiveness to crowds now speaks it gently to you. And his voice is calm, his presence is steady. His love is unwavering. As the heart opens, glory fills the space where fear once lived. A deep, peaceful glory. A glory that reassures. A glory that strengthens. A glory that remains even when words fade. You rest in it. You trust in it. You allow it to settle into every part of who you are. Forgiveness flows freely now. Mercy moves without resistance. Faith anchors the soul. And in this sacred stillness, the heart knows the truth without effort. You are forgiven. You are held. You are renewed. And the glory of God rests gently, fully, and eternally within you. Thank you so much for watching. If this message touched your heart, please like this video, leave a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel, The Voice of Lord Jesus, so you never miss another message of hope and love. May His peace and blessings be with you always.